Hey Jeff, Demetrius here. Just putting together this quick video for you. Just kind of give you a brief overview of your competition and how you can implement a couple little tips and tricks to help your site rank a little better. And so I'll start here with Architects Bend, Oregon. Right, is what I typed in. That is one of the highest keyword searches for your space. And so when I did that, I remember we talked about map packs, and so Stemach, Ascent Architecture, and Scott Gilbride show up in the map pack. And the reason these guys are here is because of a few things. One, they had optimized their Google listings, which looking, I couldn't find one for you. So that is first and foremost something that you want to get up and going ASAP, right? And if you need some help with that, I can kind of walk you through that at another time. But really, they optimize their Google listing, right? So what does that entail? It is, laying out a full description of the business, right? Listing hours of service, phone number, and even photos, right? Especially in something, like architecture, you get to showcase some of your fine work, right? Which people want to see. And so you can, do, roughly 25 some odd photos in your Google listing. So it would behoove you to take advantage of that. But then also reviews, right? Which you notice here that these guys don't really have a ton of reviews. And being that you've been in this space for a while, I'm sure you got a list of clients that would love to shoot you a review, right? So you need to get that thing going. But then the last thing regarding GMBs, right, is citations. And so citations are anywhere that your name, address, and phone number show up on the web. Right? And there's thousands of places where you can do that. However, most small businesses usually get by with doing, anywhere from 20 to 30 citations. And you'll pull some citation juice from social profiles. It's like Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, places like that, but also directories, right? So you think of like Yelp or Yellow Pages, things like that, and there's literally thousands of places where you can do that. And so that's Map Pack, right? And then as we scroll down, you'll notice that Stemach shows up number two, right? And so they are who decided to go in and do this audit on, right? And so when I did that, this is a tool I use called Ahrefs, and what it does, this here just kind of gives a snapshot of what their site looks like and kind of what it's doing. And so this DR here is trust flow to the site, which the score is 0 to 100, right? So 8, I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not great. And so what that tells me is that there's some opportunity to go in and beat these guys, right? And so they have 66 backlinks to their site, right? And so I remember kind of telling you about what backlinks were, and that's essentially juice to your site. But they only have 18 that are referring, right? So out of these 66, only 18 are sending juice back to their site. And so that 18, right, was allowed them to get that 8 of trust flow. And so not all links are created equal, right? And so how I was kind of explaining that to you is relevancy, right? So if you were to link your site to another architecture site in, say, Dallas, Texas, or Miami, Florida, or Manhattan, those are some highly competitive markets, and the businesses that are there are going to be doing the same thing and putting a lot of effort into getting seen, right? And so you'll pull some of that juice away, and that will come back to your site and help you move up along the search when people are looking for architects in Bend, Oregon. To go a little deeper, so these guys are getting roughly about 46 hits to their site a month. But being that, the architects, you guys don't really have like necessary call to actions on your site. It doesn't really show like he's pulling a lot of value out of there, and it's mainly because people are probably just going and calling. But that being said, people are still searching, so there is value in that, right? So when I checked out the keywords, right, Architects Bend, Oregon does roughly 200 searches a month, right, for that specific keyword or words. It has a keyword difficulty of 13. Now, just kind of general practice, anything 0 to 10 is relatively easy to rank in. And once you go above 10, it starts getting a little more difficult. And by difficulty, just means that it takes longer to rank. Not that it's not doable. But you see here from position 2, these guys are getting 30 hits a month for this keyword to their site each month, right? And in first position, that jumps up to about anywhere between 30 and 40%, right? And so those are leads to their site each month. And you'll see for Bend Architects, it's 50, right? Keyword difficulty of 7, and they're in position 3 there, and they're getting 5 hits of traffic a month for that keyword. And then you can see so on and so forth. And so when I take a look at their site, right, it's not a whole lot there. They leave quite a bit to the imagination, right? Pretty bland. And that's another key indicator that there is some opportunity there. Reason being is that Google, when they're establishing a business as an authoritative figure in their space, they want to see content, right? And these guys are really lacking the content. In fact, they have none. Google usually likes to see anywhere between 700 to 1,000 words of content on a site, especially if you can integrate some keywords on there, right? Architects Bend, Oregon, right? So the fact that these guys show up number 1 and they don't even have the number 1 search term on their site, on their homepage, right? Huge indicator that there's some low-hanging fruit there to start dominating. They have a few pages, right? But then again, not much content. Get to the About Us, and it's decent. They have a lot of hidden page. Or it looks like they actually link out to a lot of pages. So these guys are actually sending out juice from their site, which is not really something you want to do, because this, and like we were talking about backlinking, right? So all of these businesses are getting links from these guys, and so it's pulling juice away. So literally doing the exact opposite of what they want to do. However, with the links that these guys have been able to get, maybe some of these are reciprocal links. They've been able to pull some juice and get it to their site enough to rank in Bend, right? So I took a look at your site as well, and obviously, it's a fairly new site, so you haven't really had a whole lot of time to get anything done. But it has indexed, right? So Google has crawled over the pages and recognized them. And so I believe you had like a Facebook profile and whatnot. So you pulled a little bit of juice. You got 3 referring domains that are going back to your site, but it's only giving you, 2/10 of some juice back to your site. And the keywords that you're ranking for, open road design and your name, right? Both of which, though, low volume, right? But then keyword difficulty for open road design is fairly high, right? For a little bit of traffic that would come from that. And you're only in 25th position there. So you're not getting seen for that at all. And then also your name, you're in position 84, right? So what we want to do is, start getting some links to your site so that you can start being shown for some of these keywords, right? When people are searching for architects in Bend, or just Central Oregon for that matter, right? So again, get that map pack set up. If you need some help with that, I can do that for you, or at least walk you through it. And you'll want to get that thing fully optimized and start getting some reviews. And then you'll also want to add some citations to that thing. Remember, name, address, phone number. And then for the organic listings, right, to start ranking here, you need citations, content on the home page, and just throughout all of your pages, really. And trying to integrate some of those keywords in there in that content as well, right? Architects, Bend, Oregon, Bend architects. And that will help you kind of move up in the ranks. Last but not least, the page titles, right? So when I move that there and you see the open road design dash your way home, that's another chance to kind of edge out the competition and integrate some keywords there, because nobody really does it, right? So you could also, rather than having open road design there, because people already know your business name, they don't need to see it in the tab. You can include Architects Bend, Oregon in the page title. And then also something else you can do is here, this is called a page description, right? So every single page on your website has one of these, and you can go through and you can do that with every single one. And again, just like content on your page, right? You want to integrate it with some keyword rich content. You can also do that for the page descriptions, right? So those are two more opportunities where you can integrate some of the keywords that you want to rank for, right? So hopefully that was helpful for you. If you have any other questions or anything, let me know. And yeah, feel free to reach out to me. You can give me a shout, 541-408-2206, or just shoot me an email. Thanks.